for the band. What's the Go-Go's have in store for 1983?
Well, we're going to concentrate on the next album, work on that for several months, take a little time off from touring, and work on this third album.
We had heard something about a cartoon show.
You hear a lot of things. You can't believe everything you hear.
You know, I've heard that too.
Well.
So then that is not happening, is that correct?
No, I think the closest... Actually, I think that we might be... We're reading some scripts for some films and so forth, so we'll see what happens. But our main concern in '83 will definitely be our music, first and foremost, so we'll see.
I want to wish you a Happy New Year, and we'll send you on back to the party. I hope you have a good time.
Thanks.
And, well, I'll tell you what. I want to thank everybody for being here with us. New Year's Eve continues. We're having a great time. We're going to be right back in just a minute.
Scott. Now some stories from our ET Newswire. Drummer Gina Shock of the Go-Go's will undergo surgery to correct a small hole in her heart, which was discovered during a physical checkup. The surgery will be performed next week in Los Angeles, and spokesman said she will be able to join the band on tour in late May. A New York State Supreme Court jury has decided... Newswire, Every Breath You Take, the Police hit written by Sting last night, was named Song of the Year by the National Music Publishers Association. Last week, we told you that Go-Go drummer Gina Shock would be undergoing surgery to correct a hole in her heart. That operation was performed yesterday in Los Angeles, and doctors said it was a complete success. The U.S. Supreme Court yesterday heard...
And more music news, too. The Go-Go's Gina Shock is hospitalized. Details are coming up. And as I've been mentioning throughout the hour, we have an update on Gina Shock. The Go-Go's Gina Shock has been admitted to a hospital. More on that after this. I'm Mark Goodman on MTV tonight with some music news. As mentioned, the Go-Go's Gina Shock was in a Los Angeles hospital earlier this week because of an irregularity in her heart that was discovered by doctors during a physical exam. It is not a heart murmur, but doctors were a little concerned. In fact, they were concerned enough to do a series of tests on Gina. The results of these tests will be known soon, but according to the Go-Go's management, Gina Shock is not seriously ill, and this problem will not affect the band's plans to tour this summer. Santana... Hey, Grant, and I'm Mark Goodman. Welcome to MTV. We have some music news here for you. Let's get into it right away. Gina Shock from the Go-Go's is in intensive care in Los Angeles, in a Los Angeles hospital. She's recovering from open heart surgery. Gina had the operation because of a small hole that was found in her heart during a routine physical exam recently. A doctor said that the hole had been there since birth, but she decided to correct the thing now in order to prevent problems in the future. Doctors say the operation was a success and that Gina's going to be resting in the hospital for about another week. Her manager told us here at MTV, though, that she will be ready to tour with the band this summer. Good news. Dexy's Midnight Runner, assured. Gina Shock from the Go-Go's has been released from an LA hospital where she had some open heart surgery a couple of weeks ago. She's doing okay. She's home. She's resting. Doctors say that she's recovering rapidly, as a matter of fact. She was operated on because of a small hole that they found in her heart during a physical exam. Doctors say she's okay. The operation was a complete success, and she's going to rest for about another 3 weeks. And the Go-Go's manager told us at MTV that she's going to be ready to tour with the band this summer. Concert host drummer Gina Shock at home in L.A. She's recuperating from open heart surgery. She says she's watching a lot of MTV. Now, the amazing thing here, she says, it soothes my mind. Now, we must have failed somewhere. Soothing was not what we had in mind for MTV. But she says also it is one of the things that's helping me recover faster. That's good news, and Gina, I hope you're doing okay. I'm glad you're watching a lot and relaxing. Doctors, by the way, say Gina is in excellent shape, and they are going to be going on tour. Suede Heads.
That I'll be ready to go in about a month's time, and I'd like to thank everyone for being real supportive and sending all the cards and gifts that I've received. And I've just been sitting around watching MTV while I'm recuperating, and I guess I'll be out on the road in about a month, so I'll see you all then.
Yes, Gina was the girl who told us that MTV was soothing, and I immediately thought, what are we doing wrong? In Liverpool...
The rock group The Go-Go's has undergone heart surgery to correct a small hole in her heart. Doctors say that the surgery was a complete success and that she's doing very, very well. The problem was discovered just a week ago when she went into the hospital for a routine physical. Doctors say that she's probably had this condition ever since childhood. The surgery was performed at an undisclosed Los Angeles medical center yesterday, and Ms. Shock is expected to remain hospitalized another 3 weeks before rejoining the all-female Go-Go's in rehearsal for an upcoming national tour. She's going to be just fine. And we're going to check in now with Paul Moyer, who's going to tell us what he has planned coming up at 5 o'clock. Paul.
Christine, one of the stories at 5 o'clock tonight involves...
She's in the intensive care unit of a Los Angeles hospital right now. However, not to fear, she's recovering from open heart surgery. Shock had the operation because of a small hole that was found in her heart during a routine physical examination recently. And doctors said the hole had been in Shock's heart since birth, but she decided to correct the situation right now in order to prevent future problems. Doctors say the operation was a success and that Gina Shock will be resting in the hospital for at least another week. Now, her manager told MTV that she'll be ready to tour with the band this summer. Okay. Texas Midnight.
ET Digest for this Friday, the 31st of August. 2 new movies in theaters festival. And celebrating birthdays, Go-Go's drummer Gina Shock turns 27. Richard Gere is 35.
Holidays from Wang Chung. They're right now out on the road opening up for the Cars on the Heartbeat City Tour. We also saw Quiet Riot, Mama We're All Crazy Now, and this is the only place where you can see that video from Quiet Riot. I am Martha Quinn, and right here's some music news. Go-Go's drummer Gina Shock says she wants to clear up some misunderstandings about her recent heart surgery. While it left a scar, she says it's really not such a big one. What it did leave, she adds, was an impact on the whole band.
It's made me think about things a lot more than I have in the past, and number one being my health, which you realize until you don't have it is the most important thing. Also, the girls have gotten very health conscious.
Madonna's shooting a new video in Italy this week. It's called Like a Virgin. It's the first clip from her upcoming album of the same title. It'll have scenes from Venice, also some street scenes from New York City. And Crocus, the Finnish album.